by the way. So I gotta make another.
On any given game day, as the 2:50 bell rings, the halls are filled with commotion and excitement.
What class is this?
But no matter what the event, you will find one special person waiting for the night's festivities.
We talked to Cedar Falls Tiger superfan Tony and a couple of players and coaches about him and his importance to our community.
Yes, we do.
How you feeling today, Tony?
Feeling good?
Good. You ready for the game tonight?
Yes, I am.
You ready?
I'm all pumped up.
Tony, how long have you been a Cedar Falls Tiger fan?
Long time.
You don't, or is this your new jersey that you got today?
Yes.
Is your new jersey?
Yes.
You don't have the other one. Why do you? Is there a reason that you love the Tigers so much?
Guys, chaperone you guys.
You chaperone us. Always make sure we get where we need to be.
Yep.
All right, baby. Can you tell us about how you met Tony, or how like a good experience that you had with him?
I don't know. I don't really know the first time I met him. You kind of know about him since you're little, growing up in Cedar Falls. You know, you see him at all the games, all the Cedar Falls and UNI games. So I kind of just knew who he was. And I knew he needed rides places because, like last year, Ben Feenup, took him to lunch and gave him rides to and from all the games. And nobody else really did that this year. So I was just like offered to give him rides. And so that's just how we sort of started getting really close this year.
I remember when I first met him, I was a sophomore, and we're getting on the bus to go to a game, and I noticed he's calling everybody by their number. He's like he'll call some guys like for me, he'd be like, "Hey Williams, what's up?" Or 73 or like 19. Like he knows everybody's number even if they don't have their number on. It really just shows how much he really cares, and it's awesome having him around.
I'm not exactly sure. He was around, and he knew who I was before I actually knew of Tony, and I think a lot of people have that similar situation. Tony knows he's such a large fan of sports in the school, and and then I started to see him at the mall. He's out there all the time, and we're big fans of Villa Italian, so we'd go out there and we'd see him, and that's probably where I got to know him. Actually, was at the mall. We'd talk all the time when we'd go out there and eat that food.
Tony's the most loyal Cedar Falls fan. He's at all the events. He's been around our football program for ages, and he does a great job. The kids do a great job of interacting with him, and to the point one year we got him a No.1 jersey, and he wears that all the time now. But you can count on a couple things with Tiger football, and one of them is that Tony's going to be there in the front row trying to cheer us on.
Could you tell us about his importance and his impact to not just our football team, but all sports and the community itself?
Yeah, I mean, he's the most dedicated fan out there. Like, there's no doubt. I mean, he never misses a game no matter what. Always catches the bus. And it kind of just, helps the crowd have something to rally around, because Tony's always in a good mood no matter what the game's going like for the crowd, for the team. So it always helps us out like that.
It just shows how loyal he is, It just makes everybody knows, like, if you're at a Cedar Falls event, you can go see Tony because he'll be sitting in the front row cheering you on, And I just think the community really loves the fact that he's always at everything. He's always there to talk to, and he's a really friendly guy, and just always cheering you on.
Not just our team, but just in general, he's important because he truly has this thing that you talk about called unconditional love. He loves Cedar Falls athletics. Good, bad, otherwise, he doesn't care. And that's a pretty unusual thing. It's a lot like parents. The parents of the players, they love it because they're playing. But most other fans have an angle. When things aren't so great, they're maybe a little bit more critical. That's not Tony. And from a player standpoint, how great is it to have a guy that's like that? Now, like us coaches, we're a little bit more critical when things aren't going that well. And that could be the case at home also, but not Tony. He just loves it. He loves you guys. He loves the players on it. Whatever happens to be the field, that's him. And I think that's terrific and pretty important.
Just the loyalty. I mean, you see him not only at the football games and the away football games, but you see him at every basketball game. He's here. He's very supportive of all of the players, and it doesn't matter if it's the boys' team, the girls' team. He's going to show his loyalty and support to Cedar Falls Athletics, and I think there's a lot of community members that have embraced him and help him out, getting him rides to make sure he's taken care of so that he can be a part of those activities, and that says a lot, not about his loyalty, but the community to embrace him and support him so he can be there for all the events.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Tony?
Yeah, Tony, he's really actually funny. When he gets in your car, he just shoots you straight. I mean, if you had a terrible game, he'll tell you that. But he'll decide to look forward to the next one. So, like, no matter how you're feeling after a game, he kind of just puts it in perspective for me of how, where my heart and mind should be. So it's a good refresher after the game.
All right.
I mean, he's just a great fan. Love having him around. He's a great guy.
All right.
Well, Tony's one that he goes on the away trips with us, and I kind of laughed because the other year we were taking a charter bus to Iowa City a year ago, and I had all the seats counted and everything, and I forgot to factor in Tony into the count. So we had to double up some seats there, but we made room for him because he calls himself the chaperone, and he makes sure that you guys get where you're supposed to be and escorts us to all the away games in addition to being at all the home games.
I'm only one.
How you doing, Tony?
Doing all right, buddy.
Where's your jersey? You gonna bring your jersey today?
This is Adrian Diaz, aka A Drizzle.
And Marquise Jones reporting for the Tiger Highline Online.